Hey guys, Rushy here, how you all doing? So we are now picking up on Bison in the How to Punish series. So Bison is the bane of my existence in Street Fighter. He's been stealing LP from me from Season 1 and he continues to do it because he's a pretty difficult matchup for Ken, I feel. So I'm going to try and break it down. I'm going to go through his same format, normal, specials, his super, because his super is particularly punishable. His movement, because his movement is very unique, so we'll look at that and we'll look at how V-Trigger changes him. V-Trigger makes Bison very powerful, so you've got to be very careful when he activates, and we'll address all those things now. So not just the frame data, we'll also look at some of the tactics you've got to use against Bison, because he can get away with murder and really he shouldn't be able to do that. So hopefully by the end of this video you'll feel more confident with the matchup, and hopefully I'll feel more confident as well. So let's hop right into it. I've already got things recorded. So initially we're going to go through the normals. He doesn't really have anything in the way of normals that's particularly punishable. He only has a few things, but it's stuff you should keep your eye out for. So let's see what I've set. I think the first one is stand heavy punch. Apparently stand heavy punch is -6 on block. Didn't realise that. That's interesting. Let's go mid screen. A -6 because you can't get a raw DP. Stand like it's out of range, so I think crouching medium punch here. So the fact that's -6 means it is punishable, but your options are very limited there. You need a long range punish for that. You're not gonna get much really. No, see that's what I've just done there is a very good example of why a 3-frame punish doesn't work. Now that was a perfect reversal. Look at the notification on the left hand side. That was a perfect reversal. Like it Tattoo is a 3-frame startup move. The reason why it's not hitting Bison, even though he's -6 according to the frame data, is because even though the Like It Tattoo starts up in 3 frames and can hit on the 4th frame, what it is it's got to travel forwards to make contact with Bison, because Bison's quite far. Because Ken has to travel forwards, he's not at a range where he can actually hit Bison in that 3-frame move until he's progressed forward, which is a few frames after the 3rd frame. So that's probably making contact with Bison on the 7th, on the 8th frame of that move. That's why it's not making contact and punishing him. So that's really important. That's something I wanted to cover in a separate video altogether. Why Ken's 3-frame buttons don't punish every time. It only punish, I'll show you. We've got point blank. Even that, because it's pushback, you can't do that. Because of the pushback, I'm not at a range where I can actually 3-frame punish. Maybe in V-Trigger. No? That can't punish it. So we're limited on options what to do here. So I just want to make sure that it is -6 first. That doesn't look like it's -6 to me. And to prove that theory now, I don't know if the frame data tool's wrong. I didn't think that was -6. Okay, yeah, it is -6. I'll explain why in a second. I don't know, you know. That doesn't look -6 to me. I don't think that's -6. I think there's an issue here with the frame data tool. Stand heavy punch, M Bison, non-V trigger, on block -6. No, not convinced. -5 maybe. That's a tricky move to punish. So the frame data tool says -6. It looks very difficult to punish as a -6. EX Tattoo and V trigger is 6-frame startup. If I block it at point blank range, that does punish, which that tells me that it probably is -6. I think because of the range, weird. Can't get a punish there. I should be able to, really. That range. So with that move, you've got two options, and you've got to be in V trigger for one of them. It has to land fairly deep, like there. You'll get V trigger EX tattoo to punish that range. You'll get that. You should really, if it's quite deep, like there. You can't stand like it. Even point blank, you can't stand like it. You can't 4-frame him. You can't 5-frame him. You can't 6-frame him. You can block it for some reason. So the other option is, if you block it quite, you can DP it, heavy punch DP. I'm gonna. It probably is right. It probably is -6, but it's very difficult to punish. So if you get close range, heavy punch DP. CA should get him. That was a late one. The CA has to be reversal if you want to get him clean. Best to get reversal. And if you're in V trigger, you can EX tattoo. There's probably not much else you can do, to be honest. Can't punch him with that. Can't mimic tattoo. Yeah, I think that's about it, really. You can probably EX DP as well. That's the same as normal DP. Non-V trigger, yeah, DP is going to struggle to make contact. Yeah, so be very cautious about using DPs when you're not in V trigger. That sort of range it'll punish, but that sort of range it won't. You got to be really close. It's a bit risky. So my advice, one move, and before we spend 10 minutes on it, my advice there is use your CA as long as your CA is a perfect reversal. And if you're in V trigger, EX tattoo and heavy punch DP only if it's fairly close range. Max range, don't punish it. Even CA, max range is gonna. You saw early on it whiffs. So that's a move that Bison can get away with there, which is a bit shit, really. But that's why I don't punish it. I've never punished it in the past because I didn't realise it was so heavily minus. But because of the spacing, because of the block stun, it doesn't really give you much chance to punish it. So that's move number one. That was stand heavy punch. Okay, crouching heavy punch. That is actually, you see a lot of Bisons do that. That's -11. Line break is probably your best bet there. Can chin buster, but you're gonna get less damage, and the range isn't as great. If you're not too sure, Old Faithful, your 4-frame into heavy punch DP, get your 4-frame into Tatsu, 4-frame into V trigger. Let's do that again. Something like that. You can raw CA, and you don't have to be perfect with your reversal timing there, because you got so much. He's so minus on block. It can be quite late. You can raw EX tattoo that one. You can heavy punch DP. You can do stupid punishes like that if you wanted to. That's not going to work. Sweep it, I think, if you wanted to. Yeah, you got a whole host of things, but I think best. Let's try on max range. Right there. Okay, that whiffs. Yeah, probably going to go for something like heavy punch DP. It's not going to work. EX tattoo. I think stand melee punch might be good for max range. Let's have a look. No, it's just out of range. See there. That's your longest range, that one catch. So, if it's a fairly close proximity, line breaker into special. And if it's at max range, CA, EX tattoo, and heavy punch DP. That's probably your best bet. It should mention as well, is that mid-range. Can V-trigger cancel first hit of line breaker. Oops. Yeah, because he's crouching, he's low profiling line breaker. Could get something like that for a bit more damage. So that covers that. So that's another tricky one to punish. This is why Bison is so annoying. He's very difficult to punish. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. Let's re-record that one. Oops. Number 3. So I want him to backdash. Backdash. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I didn't V-trigger now. Shit. Okay, it doesn't affect his sweep, that's fine. Backdash. Sweep. It's fine, that's what we want. So let's just go back. On. So his sweep is, look at the frame data, it's fairly punishable. Actually, I say fairly, it's very punishable. It's minus 12. But I want to see what it's, how punishable it is at like the tip of the hit. Right there. So there you go, look, he blocked that. If he lands deep, Chin Buster is probably the best option. Something like that, light punch into Chin Buster. Stand light punch. If he lands it very late, look at that, man. If you're not too sure, 4 frame. So you can't block that. Oh, there, yeah. 5 frame in there. That would have been a 5 frame, I think. See that there? That's where you have problems. That range. Yeah, 5 frame there. I'm trying to get the last. There you go. I want to get that range. Can. I want to get it right at the end. Yeah, but just be careful because you can't punish it, even though you should be able to. You can't always punish it in the way that. That's 8 frame startup. I can't. There you can. If you hit it early on. Slides are weird on this game. Same for Vega and same for Sim. They land it late in the animation. Recovery is actually better than you expect. So I would say, if you're not sure, 4 frame heavy punch DP. Look at that. He blocked it then. You gotta be quick, really quick. If you hit it deep, just chin buster, but you've gotta time it just right. Best thing to do is if you use chin buster, try and confirm it. Like, well, be quicker than that. Like that. Try your best, because if you do whiff, so if that gets blocked, you're in trouble then. Like that. But max range up there. Fucking hell, even there. See, max range. Be careful what you do. Oh, Bison, you mofo. Trying to find that range where it. There you go. That's it. That range you can't. You don't seem to be able to punish it. So be wary. Be very wary of that. If it looks like it's hit at the very end, Chuck out a 4 frame, but maybe do an EX fireball, like do this. Show you. Just in case you're not sure. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe go for even that max range. That's gonna whiff. Just try your luck with just that meaning punch. If it's blocked, try and don't do anything. That's at max range, but if close range, you get much better punishes. But that's only if it hits early on. So again, it's one of those moves that's subject to range when it hits. Max range, be wary after your 4 frame what you do. EX fireball is the most reliable because you won't be punishable. If you do 4 frame into heavy punch DP and he blocks it, you'll be crush counterable. So maybe use Chin Buster to confirm a max range to be quick on the confirm. So again, Bison, very tricky, man. Very tricky to punish this guy. So I think this is his target combo. So that is -8, I believe, his target combo. You don't see many Bisons do this at all, really. So I don't think you'll have many opportunities to punish this. Chin Buster probably can get line breaker, but if you're late on the punish, for sure, you'll be able to block it. Chin Buster probably looks reliable there. That's pretty decent as well, because the range is good. What do you need to... Oh shit, it's counted on. No, it's not. You can get crouch and mini punch as well. Crouch and mini punch into heavy kick Tatsu. Fairly good. And you'll get good Oki after heavy kick Tatsu, which is nice. Yeah, got more damage. Chin Buster, heavy kick Tatsu. Straightforward, but again, I don't think you'll see that too often from a good Bison player. And number 5 is his light punch Psycho Blast. Now, his Psycho Blast, so we're not talking about V-Trigger, that's the quickest one, the light punch. The medium and heavy punch, he doesn't say anything different, but they come out significantly slower. So that's the quickest one. If you see that, okay, look at the blocks on it. Look at that block though. Close range. Nah, you know that's hard to punish, man. Okay, at close range you can get 4 frame DP, but that kind of range you won't get anything. And the block stun is ridiculous on it. So I mean, you can't reach. No way you can reach that. Nothing you can do there. Ken doesn't have a long range 4 frame. So yeah, punish that if you see that. Only the light punch one. The rest of them aren't punishable. So that's very important. His EX non-V trigger is actually +4, so be careful with that. So I'll go into I'll start recording more of his moves now. So just bear with me a second. Okay, guys. So we're picking up with his next batch of moves. So we're still looking at specials at the moment. So scissors. His light kick scissors is -4. Only the light kick. You can punish that really easily. And if you're not certain, just use EX Fireball, 4 frame. Into EX Fireball, you can do that. V-Trigger cancel it for more damage, but if you're not sure, you don't have V-Trigger, you'll still get damage off that anyway. A lot of Bisons do this, because they don't expect you to punish it. So if you can see it's the 4 frame, the reason, sorry, if you can see it's the light kick scissors, the reason you can see that is because it comes out so quick. The other scissors, like his Psycho Blast, come out a little slower. It's quite easy to recognise once you spotted it. If you see that, you'll get that for free. You can punish that clean. Block stun isn't too heavy on it either, so it's quite easy to punish. So yeah, a lot of mileage, a lot of damage. from a poorly spaced, like kick scissors. I think at max range, I don't think you can. Oh yeah, so there you can't do anything. You can't punch that there. Can't even heavy punch DP. Heavy punch DP is 4-frame startup, but again it suffers with the same problem as the 3-frame moves. It may not make contact until later on in the animation, meaning that it won't hit until a later frame. So that was scissors. So we've got his non-V-trigger Inferno moves as well. That's what we got next. They're very punishable. EX Inferno is not punishable, so don't try punishing that. But if he does light, medium, and hard, they're very punishable. Never let him get away with that close range. Line break is probably your best bet for those. Light punch is -12 and heavy punch Inferno is -10. Raw CA doesn't have to be perfect reversal. You can EX Tatsu. You see, you got a whole host of punishes, and at more range, you get that as well. It's very punishable. So if you're at range. If you're at range, really, can't sweep it. I think EX Tatsu. EX Tatsu might be your best at long range and heavy punch DP. But close range, because you do see a lot of Bisons use that close range. Very silly. EX Tatsu, CA, heavy punch DP, and at close range, line breaker. In my opinion, probably the best one to go for. And if you're not sure, you got V-trigger stock. You could use V-trigger to give you time to confirm the hit, if it hits or not. If he blocks it like that, you'll be plus anyway. Set up a frame trap. So that's those. So remember, EX Inferno non-V-trigger is not punishable, so don't try and punish that. And his oh no, hang on. I think I've recorded heavy Inferno as well here. Let's just double check. Yeah, so that's the block stun's a bit more severe on that. That's a bit harder to punish. You can still get that. You still get CEA quick enough. Still get heavy punch DP. Line breaker may be tight though. That's -10 now. You might have to heavy punch DP rather than heavy kick Tatsu at the end of line breaker. So that's just showing you that off. I don't know what this one is. Let's have a look. Okay, his CA. Now I've never practiced how to punish his CA. That's what I would do most times. Look what happens. Because he's in the air, you don't get a combo. So let's go near him. So you don't want to do that because you drop the combo there. Wait for him to land on the ground first. Now, I'm not saying that's the best punish. The best punish this move, but after you block, that's going to get you the most damage. Neutral jump, and as you come down, he'll be grounded then for more damage. You can't push counter him. He's not in a counter hit state as he comes down. So you're not going to get a push counter by waiting. So, neutral jump. Fuck. So if you want to get a really damaging combo, that's probably going to be your best thing. 430 damage, that's not bad really, is it? Punching a super. Variations. If you got V-trigger, what could you do? Oh yeah, okay. Could do. Sort of. It's not a combo that I use it, so just bear with me a second. Just could do something like that. Change it for. Let's have a look. See. Try your max damage. That would have linked. Go got it. Maybe something like that, I don't know. Good Bison there. So 480, not much more damage. That's the best way to punish it, in my opinion. Fuck. And that'll be max damage, I think, in that situation. Medium punch DP into CA. There you go, yeah, 501. So that's probably your best bet in terms of punishing it, I think. Go for wait for him to, well, don't wait for him to recover. Use the neutral jump to enable you use the neutral jump to hit him on the way down, which will mean he'll be grounded by that point. Don't hit him as he's in the air because you throw away massive damage with that. So let's turn that one off. And that's something I knew that was what I had to do, but I've never practiced it, so now I know. Because Bisons, when they're in the corner, Bisons have super. It's their only way to wake up invincible reversal. It's like a DP, but EX DP. So if they're under pressure and they've got CA, they won't hesitate to wake up CA. If they do that, that's the way to punish it. So I'll go into his V-trigger changes now. So bear with me a second. So now I've got his V-trigger specials recorded. We'll go through them. I'll let you know now that his light, all his blasts, so his light punch, heavy punch, medium punch, and EX blast, they're all unpunishable on block. EX blast is actually +5 on block, so be very careful if he uses that in V-trigger. That's specific to V-trigger. His Inferno move, light punch, medium, and heavy punch are -5. EX is +4. So you can punish his normal ones, but in V-trigger what happens to Bison is he can cancel specials into EX specials, so he can cancel a -5 Inferno into EX scissors, and EX scissors in V-trigger it's +3, so you can turn a move that is minus into a plus, so you got to be very wary of that. Again, this is why Bison is so tricky. So if I made a bit of a pig's ear of this, if I set that on, you'll see. So I can punish that. Close range. Can't block that. As long as I'm quick enough. But if I see, I can't do anything there because you cancel it into EX scissors. He's plus. So in V-trigger, he's very difficult to punish based on the meter that he has. To be honest, for V-trigger, that's all you're going to get. Nothing else is really punishable in the way of specials. So I'm going to cut that there, and I'm going to look at some of his movement options now. And this is probably the most important thing with Bison, to be honest, his movement and how to deal with it. So let me record those now. Right, so I've recorded some movements with Bison. That is, yeah, this is the crux of it. This is where you really struggle with Bison, I think, in the matchup. So first off is his forward dash, his non-V-trigger forward dash. His forward dash is invincible for a few frames, and that's why sometimes if you try and check it, your buttons don't do anything. So I don't know if I can illustrate that. You see that there? See that whiffed? That whiffed because he was invincible during that animation. I think it's the most stupid thing in the game, but it is what it is. How to deal with his dash? You have to anticipate it. And he's going to grab, or he's going to stand heavy kick once he's dashed in. Look at that, you can block it. You've got to get it as it's coming. As soon as you see the purple appear, look at that, too slow. That's a fall. Yeah, it's so difficult. I usually do 2 jabs. That's what I haven't done it in a while, but that's usually how I check it. If I get the 2 jabs, I'll cancel something. That's very consistent. And if, oh, I suppose there the first one whiffed, didn't it? But if you get the 2 jabs, if he blocks it, you haven't got to do anything afterwards. If he gets hit, you can try and cancel it if you're quick enough. But it's really hard. I'm not gonna, this isn't simple at all. It's like there, so if you're doing stuff, It's hard to cancel it as well. I fight heavy punch GP, these just cancel in that situation. Choose it as your confirm. You can't keep mashing buttons on because he might throw out a heavy. So you've got to sort of wait until it happens. That not easy at all, not easy. But you best bet is to try and check it. If you don't check it, then you want to delay tech, which I'm crap at doing. So if he does a stand heavy kick there, try and block that. But if he goes for a throw, try and delay tech it. If he tries to grab, at least you can try and grab his throw. But the problem there is if the opponent is very clever, he could delay stand heavy kick, which will crush counter your delayed tech. So layer upon layer of problem there with his dash. His dash is a real horrible tool to deal with. Yeah, his walk speed's slow, but his dash is so good, so it's very difficult to handle. In V-trigger, the story just gets even worse. Now you got this shit going on. When do you press a button? That's the question. That he completely screwed me over there. You've got to stop it. I don't know if you hit him as he goes through you. No, still invincibility. Look at that, man. You've got to try and check him. That's the only thing you can do. Look at that. You can mash. Even if you mash, it's not easy. Look at that. It's just so... Oh, man. I don't know. I think you got to throw it. You've got to throw out a normal at some point. You've got to get out of there because he's going to try and grab you, or he's going to try and crush counter you with stand heavy kick, try to catch you pressing a button. It's very difficult to get out of that. We can be here all day doing this. Maybe grab, because grab may beat his invincibility. Oh, there you go. Look. Nope. That whiffed it altogether. You probably want a normal with a lot of active frames. Ah, crouching heavy punch. Fucking hell. This crouching heavy punch is active for 3 frames, which is unlike most normals active for 2. I don't know, guys. I don't really have a solution to this. I think the best thing is to get the fuck out of there if you can. Depends on your opponent's tendencies as well. That's the other thing. You've just got to be ready for it, I think. That's the only advice I can give you. Once you activate, expect the dash in. And just try and get out of that dash pressure, especially if he's right close to you, because he can't cross up with his dash unless he's in V-trigger, and if he's up close he's going to want to cross you up because it's going to give him the advantage. He's going to get you from behind, he's going to go behind you, then in front of you again, he's going to cross you up twice. So be careful of that if you're at close range. If he's at a distance, he's going to go for more tricks. He's going to go for head stomp and Devil's Reverse, so you got to worry about that at range, but at close range, really be on point with his dashes. So that, okay, it doesn't really help you guys, but it just gives you an idea of what to expect if he's at close range. Right, what's this now? Okay, so his head stomp. So I've just had a little play with this. His head stomp, if he doesn't cancel it into Devil's Reverse, he can't change the trajectory of that move at all. It has to land on top of your head. If you wait, non-EX, you can crouch and heavy punch that. You should be able to. Okay. Jump, yeah, okay, jump back. Yes, you don't want to meet him forwards because the stomp hits you in the air. You see it coming, wait for it to come. You're jump fairly early. Yeah, even there, look at that. You're out of the range altogether. That's a good move in the air. Jumping light kick is very, very good. It's good priority, has good range, good hitbox. If you don't want that pressure, maybe consider that. Now there's a reason why every move exists in the game, jumping and standing. I don't use that as much as I used to. Really good. I don't really like that one as much. I feel like jumping heavy kick. Sorry, not jumping heavy, jumping light kick. Sorry. Very good. So that's one possible way just to get rid of it altogether. You can do the jump back. You got to be out of range. But if he's going to go for stomp and you leave to the very last seconds, or milliseconds, crouching heavy punch is fine there. Remember, this is non-V trigger. All changes in V trigger for Bison. Now, if he does go for Devil's Reverse, that's EX. Okay, EX Stomp. He can cancel that into Devil's Reverse as well. But if he does throw it out and he goes for the Stomp, it's going to hit you in the front, not in the back. So make sure you block it the right way. Don't crouch and heavy punch that, because his Stomp is basically like a DP in the air. It's got invincible frames and you can't anti-air it. It's so hard to anti-air that. Look at that. That was a DP then, medium punch DP. That was EX. The reason why it's happening is because we're both invincible, and if whoever's invincible frames run out the latest that wins. I wouldn't recommend that, because if he cancels into Devil's Reverse, you're going to be in trouble. Yes, it works, but you don't know what the mix-up is. Is he going to go for Devil's Reverse? Is he going to go for Stomp? Maybe that's the best thing to do. If you see it, get out of the way. So it seems to be consistent, even at close range. You can get out of the way of that, look. Yeah, you may be lucky to get the kick in the air. See at max range. So there you go, there's some potential tactics for you to use, but if you're on the ground, I wouldn't recommend anti-airing it. Only consider the anti-air if you cancel into Devil's Reverse, which I think we potentially cover now, I think. Have a look. So there we go, this is where we have problems now. You think he's going to Stomp. That's why you have to anti-air head Stomp very late. And now you can no longer challenge in the air, because if he's at a certain range, the hand comes out, it's going to hit you. DP options, it's very risky. Tricky, man. There's no set scenario here. That's what, I don't know. Like there, I make it look so easy. That's because I've let him fly around the air for so long. Watch this. It's weird. Sometimes he does it, sometimes he doesn't. Yeah. Do I have a solution to this problem? Not really. You can do the DP. That's often what I do, and it's risky. You can't meet him in the air because they all stomp you. But I do think what I've seen is, if you look, is where his hand goes. I don't think he can cross you up with it. I think the key is to wait, isn't it? Trying to get a cross-cut DP, but he's not throwing out the hand every time. Not working. Yeah, you've got... I don't know. You know, I'm actually stuck here. I don't know how to handle it. I don't know what you should do in this situation. If you know reverse is coming, the delay and the dashing is very important. Let's just try it. Maybe that's what you should do. Just get out of the way. I know it sounds stupid, maybe that's the solution. Let's just go back one. What was that? Potentially, that could be what you want to do. Just try this, see if it works. I think V skill. That may be the way around it to get that pressure. And once they catch on to you doing your V skill, they're going to go for more hand. They're going to try and navigate the hand to land on your V skill. So once they've wasted meter and they start going for hand more, then you can adjust accordingly. Maybe that's a suggestion. Tricky. I knew this would be a horrible one to do, and I don't know if it's going to help you, but yeah, it's pretty tough, this one. Let me look at EX Devil's Reverse, not V trigger now. Okay guys, so I completely forgot what I recorded, but it's to do with his Devil's Reverse, I believe. So that's his normal. Okay, yeah, I know I've done that. Okay, cool. So when he does his normal hand after EX Stomp, so when he does the Stomp and he cancels it into Devil's Reverse, if he does a normal Devil's Reverse, he's very limited on where he can move to. So let's have a look at that now. It comes at the same, it's always in front, you can't really move it around. You can anti-air that. You just gotta wait, just delay. It's pretty easy to anti-air that one. You may trade. Feel brave, you can DP it. The XDP for the one to go for. That one's not the problem. The problem is where he uses EX Stomp and then he uses EX Devil's Reverse in the air. He has two options here. He can hit you in the front, but it looks, you can see his mobility is increased. It comes much quicker. But it's still quite easy to anti-air. Medium punch DP is the one to go for. That one's not too bad, but where you have problems is if he crosses you up, he doesn't hit you from behind. Watch what happens. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. He goes on the other side. He doesn't make contact with you, but he's on the other side. Mix up. Maybe V skill. But if I go back to the previous one, his mobility is very, very good with EX hand. He can move forward, he can move backwards, it's very tricky. So that's what you'll be careful. If you see EX hand in the air, if he's quite close to you, potentially he's going to go to the other side of you. If he's going to go for the attack, it's going to land in front. So always block as if it's going to hit you in front, but be very wary of it coming behind you, enabling him to grab you or to stand heavy kick crush counter you. Now that's bad enough. Now let's look at it in V trigger. So just when you thought Bison was bad enough, now he has even more antics because he has his Stomp, his Devil's Reverse in the air, mixed with V trigger, which is it's when the nightmare really begins with Bison, which is what the character's all about. It's just a menace. So now if I go to what I've recorded, If he does EX Stomp, it will be EX Stomp. You can't cancel EX Stomp with anything. It's an overhead, it lands in front. You have to block standing if he does that. If you see him disappear like that, just block, just hold back. If you... That crossed me up then, didn't it? So if you walk forwards, he will land on the other side. Yeah, there's not much you can really do, to be honest. I wouldn't recommend DPing it. I wouldn't recommend trying to anti it. I imagine it's got invincible frames, but what it is, he can't cancel that into anything else. So that is what it is. It's the stomp. That's it. That's all it does. Can't change EX Stomp to anything else. His normal stomp. Now this is the mix-up, I think. If he does a stomp there, he can cancel that into Devil's Reverse, which I'll show you in a second. If he doesn't cancel it, that's gonna land right in front of you. So you've got every chance to anti-air that. It's pretty easy to anti-air, but not many Bisons do that when they're in V-trigger. Wise Bisons do, because they expect you to. They think you're going to expect the cross-up, which I'll show you in a second. So that's pretty easy to deal with, that one. Meaty Punch DV should be fine there. He said. Don't forget your V skill as well if you want to get out of there. You don't want that pressure. And you gotta make note that every time he does a normal stomp, well, it goes into the jump, he loses V trigger, goes down. I don't think it applies to EX Stomp, but the normal one it does. Now, where things get interesting with Bison is if he does Devil's Reverse. Now watch what happens. To cross up. If he goes into Stomp, it's not an EX Stomp. That's the mix-up. The mix-up will be, will he do Devil's Reverse, or will he just land on top of you with a Stomp? Most go for Devil's Reverse because it's really tricky. But it's quite easy to anti. It's a timing you gotta learn with this. Go in the lab, practice it. Gotta do it quite late. Anti-air it. I like to Dragon Punch to cross-cut DP, but that's what keeps happening to me. I keep messing up. Damn, man. It's probably easier to Dragon Punch. But it's the anticipation. It's like, do you know what he's going to do? Why is the cross-cut Dragon Punch not working? It's weird. Don't understand why it's not working. The cross-cut DP is the way to do it. There you go, look. Very annoying move that. I think what it is, you have to literally wait for him to appear before you can do anything on the other side. So my opinion of how to deal with that is, you can V skill, you can actually dash back as well. I'll show you, watch. Quick enough. Not miss. That's what I used to do. Dash back. You gotta dash. It's weird. You have to dash once he appears. I see that then. I did dash, but he didn't move. So dash back is, or the V skill is one way to get around it. V skill is probably better because you get a lot more of an escape. It's easy to do as well. Pressing V skill doesn't depend on what side you're on. You know, you press 2 buttons. But an early Dragon Punch as well. It's not a bad way to go. But you make sure you learn the timing of when to Dragon Punch. That was interesting. Back dash. Well, it essentially is forward dash, isn't it? Ah, okay. To Again, it's the timing. It's the timing of the move that makes it difficult. Guys, I don't think it's worth using gimmicky stuff. I think go for something solid that's going to work every time. Maybe something like that. The backdash then. The dragon punch. That seems to be a bit more reliable now. You know, it gives you more time to do the reversal. That's what it is. I think that's your best bet. Either that, do the backdash, or forward dash, backdash, depending on where he is, or consider the V skills, get out of there. But again, because his Bison is really annoying, he has more options. I don't think that's the right recording. He can do EX hand after he teleports. Like that. And that throws you off altogether. So try our backdash now. Okay. Backdash is still reliable. It's tricky guys, it's really tricky. You gotta know how much meter he's got. See, the Vintal frame's got me there. Safe move, isn't it? The V-skill out of there. Get out of that pressure. Make him waste his meter. V-skill's looking like a really good tool to use when Bison's in the air. Maybe that's worth considering. I've given you a lot of options. I've given you air options, I've given you anti-air options, I've given you escape options, escape into anti-air. It depends on how much meter he's got, to be honest. So being aware of his meter situation, being aware where he is. So again, if he's in V-trigger at close range, he's probably going to do the dash in. At long range, he's going to go for a Rago stomp or like a Devil's Reverse behind you. Just be aware that Devil's Reverse crosses you up and the stomp, EX stomp lands in front of you. That's really important in V-trigger. Unfortunately, I've not really given you too much in the way of how to deal with those situations. But like I said, V-skill looks like the most consistent thing. But don't forget that Devil's Reverse, when they're in the air, EX, they can move around a lot in the air. So once they catch onto your V-skill in a round, then be ready for them to adjust to compensate for that. So the match is ever evolving, it's ever changing based on your gameplay. So just keep one step ahead of a Bison because they are difficult to fight, especially with Ken. In way, just to recap of the frame data, there's a few things you can punish there, but none of them are very, very easy to punish. So learn the punishes. Make sure you learn which ones are punishable. So like light kick scissors, light punch blast, they're the ones you want to look out for, and make sure you punish them hard. If you're not sure on how to punish something, example the slide, go for something very simple. Stand light kick into EX fireball is good. If you do chin buster, try and confirm it into the second hit rather than doing it all in one swift movement. What you can do is if you want to go for chin buster, you can do chin buster EX fireball. If it's blocked, you'll be safe, so don't worry about that. That's about it, guys. And remember to punish his super very, very hard in the way I showed you, the style that I showed you. Just watch out. He's very, very difficult Bison, and the only way to really get the most out of this matchup is to practice the matchup. Look for a decent Bison online, see if you can get some battle line sets in with him, and just keep fighting Bison until you get a feel for the match. That's about the best advice I can give for this one. It's a very tough matchup for Ken, I feel. Hopefully that's been helpful, guys. It's been a bit of a long one. It's been a bit of a trial and error session in this video, but hopefully I've explained a few of his options to you, and I've given you some options on how to deal with Bison's trickery. So So yeah, let me know what you think. Like all videos, guys. I shall see you in the next one. Take it easy.